That's exactly what I feel about these recent labels. Well, here we go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Lone Wolf Podcast. I'm your host, Wolfson, and today we got a special topic to talk about. But before we get started, let me remind you guys to like and subscribe to my channel at lonewolfpod.com for your recent episodes and all the other episodes that you can actually find out. Now, yes, before we get this thing started, yes, guys, I know. This episode, we don't have a special guest. It is unfortunate. But nevertheless, it's been a while since I actually came over and talked to you guys face to face. It's just us, you know? It's been one explosive summer full of amazing interviews with amazing people from the industry from all sorts of backgrounds. I'm talking about people that are big producers who make Justin Bieber's music, or even in the EDM scene, or even in the cosplaying scene, filmmakers, and also all up-and-coming artists that are being discovered and found from either from Greece to here in Florida, to even here in our backyards in South Florida as well. And there's many more to come. Now, this episode and next episode is just gonna be me talking about certain things because it needs to be addressed, okay? But before we kick off with those episodes, just want to let you guys know to thank you very much for always continuing and supporting on my channel and my cause. You guys are the reason for why. So this month of October, yes, we definitely got an explosive powerhouse people that are coming over. Just like I mentioned previously in my Instagram story, we're going to have another recurring guest, which came over here to the podcast. And now he's coming back again for some more knowledge and some more intel that we want to share and help you guys out. I'm telling you, he's really big. Wink, wink. We're bringing over a talent buyer agent. Now, for those of you who don't know what a talent buyer agent is, basically an agent that actually does all the bookings for all the artists. So any of your favorite artists that are in the EDM scene, or not just in the EDM scene, but anywhere in the music scene that actually gets booked to all these festivals and all these shows and events and concerts, they go to their booking agent. And she happens to be one of them and works for a very good agency. Now, I'm bringing her over because she definitely has so much knowledge and so much experience. And we're going to talk about all the stuff that she has endured from the early rises of when she started as a promoter to where she is right now. So that's going to be another fun. And then later on, we're going to have a bunch of new up-and-comers coming over to the show, and as well as some powerhouse people. We're going to bring even more people over. So before the year ends, we're going to end it up with amazing notes, with amazing artists and amazing industry people, you know, just to give you guys the knowledge, the content that you guys well deserved. You guys need to know how the music industry really works. You guys really need to know. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm bringing all these people, so you guys can learn and take this knowledge and basically conquer it, you know? Because the last thing we want is some of these people to take over you, you know? We don't want them to use you or do any of this stuff. Fuck that, you know? We want you guys, I want you to take this knowledge and turn the tables and use it in your favor. Because that's how it is, you know? That's what I'm here for, to help you guys out. So now we got that out of the way. Let's get started. One of the things that I actually want to talk about, which is a very interesting topic, involves record labels. Bum, bum, bum. I know, right? I know. But tell you what, guys, I have to mention this. I have to dedicate an episode about this because if you guys are already aware, I've mentioned this a couple times. Circle back into a few episodes back about record labels and what I think about them. And I feel like I have to keep coming back here and say it to you guys repeatedly. I mentioned something about record labels in which I believe it was about how these contracts work with these record labels in between the record label and said artists, you know, how they actually manipulate the contracts and try to screw you over. And I dedicate that episode that those contracts are meant to screw you over. And this was being known for a while, but nobody knows that in the public until few artists like T-Pain is putting it out there of how much the labels are screwing artists out. And I commend T-Pain for doing stuff like that. Shout out for him. Hopefully sometime in the future, we can have him on the show, you know, and we can discuss some of this stuff, you know. But in the meantime, T-Pain has mentioned some of the stuff, and we talked about some of that stuff as well. And as well, all the other interviewees that I had, all my guests that I had in my show, obviously we talked about record labels as well. From all the way from back before Nitty Gritty, even to Nitty Gritty to all the way up now, We've talked about how labels screw you over. Now, I'm not talking about all labels, all right? Let me put that disclaimer. Not all labels are evil people, You definitely got that one in a few labels that are definitely in it for the community, that are definitely in it for the people. For example, I'll name you like a few ones right now. Subsidia Records, Subsidia Records is owned by Excision, a powerhouse dubstep that's been in the industry for since the dubstep days. This artist has been dominating the entire scene, from being a dubstep producer to a dubstep DJ to even having his own festivals like Lost Lands. That's huge. To having his own label. And he's basically helping up and comers and people that have so much talent to put them out there in his label. Like, I've had so many of his compilations of Subsidia, like from Dawn, Dusk, and Night, I believe. And they all have different bass genres, which is dope. It's from melodic dubstep or future bass or future rhythm to regular rhythm and dubstep to even trap. It's fucking dope. And I commend Excision for doing stuff like that because he's putting the little guys out there in the map. And as well as Disciple Records. Now, Disciple Records got lots of people of them that were up and comers, and they're putting it on the round table. And as well, they're doing remix competitions like the one that's happening right now. That right now putting out there, they're searching for people. They're literally searching for people to put them out on the map by doing these sort of competitions. It's like, yo, make a remix. If it's dope, man, you're gonna have an official release. Now, keep in mind, if you actually do that, guys, we did an episode about remix competition. Check it out on the channel so you are aware of what I think about that type of stuff. And we have discussed about the remix competition about the Disciple as well. But needless to say, it is an opportunity, and they're doing it for the people, And I commend for you for that, I commend Disciple for doing cool stuff like that. Now, that being said, those are the cool few good labels that we actually got. However, it doesn't outweigh the bad labels and the shitty labels and the asshole labels that are out there in the scene, Which now brings in the topic for today's episode, which is very simple. Stop sending demos to these labels. Now, you guys are probably actually like, okay, why? Well, let me give you a nice long episode. I don't know how long this is, but here's like a little thing that's gonna happen, Remember all those bad labels I was mentioning? Yeah, those bad labels, they throw a facade of saying, yes, we are looking for up-and-comers. Yes, we're looking for the next big shit, Yes, we're doing this and that, blah, blah, blah. We want to hear new music. Absolutely. Here's our demo emails. Here is a link to our demo submissions. Here is where you should dump your music so our A&Rs can listen to it. And if it's good enough, we'll contact you and let you know that, hey, we want to release your music. That is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my damn entire life. But we're going to go and dwell about that. So let me see where I can actually start with this. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why do I think that it's bullcrap? Why do I think that I should stop sending my music to my labels? Like, I want to release to these labels. I work extremely hard to get notified by these labels. Like, my music should be good. It is good. It should be sent. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. There's two things that you guys need to understand. One, you have to be very, 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 very realistic about your expectations with your music. You have to be very real that your music is actually worthy to be released to these labels. Now, when I say that at the most utmost sincere. It has to be very good. It has to be on a level that it'll sink their teeth. It cannot be sound the same as any other artist or any other artist from their labels either. Like, you cannot sound like that. Or if it's actually a piece of shit song that you had a great idea, but the execution is bad, I'm going to burst your bubble and you're not going to get a release out of it. It's not going to happen. Second thing that you guys got to realize as well is that these demo links and demo submissions, it's basically a spam folder for these labels. Now you wonder, why would you say that it's a spam folder? Simple. Imagine you owning a record label and you have, like, put in a number, 10,000 followers in that label. That you have a lot of followers that they fuck with your music. And you say, like, I'm opening to listen to new music. I'm opening to listen to new artists. I want to hear that. I want to see if there's good talent to be there. So what happens? Those people who are, like, in love with your label and they fuck with it and they say, like, man, this could be my opportunity to release my music on there. It's gonna be at least hundreds or thousands of emails from different people, from different artists, from different parts of the world, bombarding your inbox full of demos. That's pretty much how it is in any of these labels. Who actually has their demos, like, send me your demos out there. That's how it is, straight up. They have hundreds and thousands of demos that they get submitted every fucking day. And they got like 4 or 5 A&Rs listening to every demo. 4 or 5 divided by hundreds and thousands. That's a lot. So obviously, they're not going to get into your emails. They're going to skip a few. And not only they're going to skip a few, they're probably even going to open it and leave it read on you. Or better yet, the spam folder, which is what I call them, they actually put in on a separate folder. It's like anything that comes from this email, just put it on the spam folder. Wolfson, how the hell do you know this stuff? Oh, it's very simple. It's because I've talked to people that are within the labels, and these are some of the stories they tell me. It is a very unfortunate, but it does happen. In fact, I've talked to my good friend Wyatt from Into the DAW. Shout out to Wyatt and Into the DAW. He actually can go even further beyond than what I can mention. He actually can give you even more details of why he believes record labels are a waste of time for anybody who's trying to send demos to it. He can actually give you like even more. Why? Because he used to work for a label, I believe. I believe that's why. Wyatt happens to be one of those people that I know, and that's why I learn information. But Wyatt is not the only person that I know about this sort of stuff. I know this from other people that I worked with, other people that I was hoping to work with or that I network with. And these are some of the stuff that they tell me. And I'm like, then how the fuck are you? Why would you even have what? Why would you have a demo email address? Why would you have a demo submission link that you can send it to people to put it on the public and people will send it? Why? If you're not going to bother listening to any of the songs, why the fuck are you going to give it out in the public? One main reason is what they told me is that people will search for the contact. They'll go for the email address. I mean, they'll go for the website of the label. They'll go for the SoundCloud. They'll look for the main contacts and the business inquiries and shit. And people will just email it to them. They'll email the demos. And they're like, okay, this email wasn't made for you to send a demo. This email was sent for any business inquiries that you got with us. But a lot people do it anyways. People will send demos into the general emails and whatnot. And they need to keep those general emails open for other businesses by booking their artists or booking their shows or creating shows and stuff like that. Or even, other stuff like marketing and merch. They need to keep those emails open for them. So what did they do? They created a demo submission, a demo email address. So that way, everybody can stop emailing them on the general email and they can start emailing them on the demo address. Or even give them a link in which you can go to a certain website, and that website upload your or copy paste your SoundCloud link, and we'll listen to it. Basically, that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. That's why I always tell people, like, guys, don't fucking send demos to these labels. Like, these people are not gonna listen to it. Wilson, but you keep saying like you hear this from hearsay, she say, he say, she say. How do you know? Have you ever tried it? Actually, I have. Like I said earlier, I have experience before with sending these emails. This year alone, I finished up at least 8 songs ready to release. 4, almost an EP, ready to release. Out of the 8, 4. Yeah. You know what? No, 5. 5 out of the 8 are ready to release. And I sent these songs all in one link, one playlist link. So all they got to do is just listen to the song and skip the next one and so on and so on. And I email to at least 20 or 30 record labels that are dubstep. 20 and 30. Mind you, like I said earlier, the expectations must be real. Like the music that I did, it has to be like their standard quality. Like mixing and mastering on point, execution on point, drops on point, verses on point, like everything. Everything has to be on point. I don't like to toot in my own horn. My music was the most original shit that I can ever produce in my entire career life. I kid you not. And I know this because I send these same music to these artists, to these producers, homies of mine that are in the industry, that work in the industry. Because obviously, how can I make sure that my music is dope before I send it over to these labels? I ask for feedback. I ask feedback from my producer homies. And I send it over. It's like, yo, what you think? And many I said, like, hey, like, do this and do that. Clean this up a little bit, change this a little bit, make this, that, and you should be good. And after I did all that, I sent it over to them. That's like, yo, what do you guys think? It's like, holy shit, it's fucking dope. I'm gonna play this. Yeah. Yo, this is madness. Yo. Left and right, not capping, not trying to tune in my own home, because that's not who I am. That's not what I try to do. But if I have people, I'm not talking about consumers, not talking about customers, not talking about fans. No, I have people who work in the industry and they all tell me that my music is actually fucking dope. I'm going to believe them, because if they say that it's fucking dope and you heard it from Big and Slim, shout out to Big and Slim. When I send the music in our previous interview, I asked him the same questions like, yo, what do you think about the song? And he's like, I love it. It's fantastic, the song. Like, what? You're telling me that some of these artists that they're playing, they even play my songs. They say they're fucking dope. And I send it over to these people. 20 and 30 labels. Do you guys want to know how many of them reached me out? 5. 5 out of the 20, 30 labels that I sent the email for these songs, 5 reached me out. Only one was the only one that was considering not releasing it. But at the end, they rejected it. But obviously, say, come back again. What happened to the other 15, 20 other labels that I sent them over? Half of them, they never received it. The other half, they received it, they read it, and they left it unread. And some of them actually read it and click. I can tell you, like, at least a good 4 or 5 clicked the link of my music, and they had the decency to listen to it. None of them bite. 20, 30 labels. You know how many labels are there in the EDM community? There's a lot. You know how many are in the dubstep? Around that many. 20 or 30 or so in the dubstep area only. Rejected. And I thought, it's like, shit, is it my wording? Is it the way I presented myself? I mean, I kept it very professional and straight and as simple as straight to the point. Like, I didn't give them paragraphs. I only gave them like one-liner sentences and tell them, hey, I'm a dubstep producer from Miami. I noticed that you have a demo submission. I want to submit my demos and your music. Here's the link. I got inspired for making heavy music, blah, 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 and I'm looking forward for hearing you guys back. And I send this to managers and people who represent artists and say, like, yo, is this wording okay? And they're like, whoa, this is you? You wrote this? Yeah, this is actually pretty good. So now I know it's not the wording. And I thought, oh shit, maybe it's me. Maybe my music is shit. No, my music ain't shit, because I already got my validation from my peers and my colleagues and my coworkers, and they all say it's fucking insane. What the fuck is going on? Why is it that these guys don't listen to them and reply to them and release it? Why? Because, like I said, I told you guys that only 5 of them replied to me and went back and forth with it and said that, nah, at the end. and the rest they left me on red. And the majority of those red and unread, it was just a spam folder. Straightforward, it is. That's what it is. It was sent to the spam folder because I got a couple of them that I cannot see, that I can see actually that they haven't even opened. They haven't opened it. And then those who open it, only a few click on it, and the rest were like, nah. They're like, nah, we're good. It is what it is, you know? So you guys are probably wondering, like, wow, this shit sucks. Like, yes, it is. It does suck. So, Wilson, how can I... What? No, it can't be Wilson. It is, guys, it is. And it's interesting because let me tell you something about A&Rs and labels, guys. Their main job is always to look for the next artist. That's their main job. And they have to. By obligation, they have to, because that's what they get paid for. They have to listen to demos. They have to. But the majority of them are too lazy to do it. They don't want to. And some of these fuckers go ahead and say, like, we kindly have to reject it. Please keep sending us more. Bullshit. You didn't have to reject it. You guys can release it. You just don't want to waste anybody's time by saying, like, nah, we want the whole thing. Wait, listen, where are we going now? What are we talking about? Guys, it's no longer in today's world in which you need to be talented as fuck for you to get noticed. Like, no, you need to have a social media presence as well. If you have a pool in social media, labels will check on it. They'll see how many followers, see how many likes you get on your post and all that. And if they see that, oh my God, his music is good and he has a good social media, hey, let's bring it over. Let's release the music. That is why those people that rejected me, except for one that actually believed in me, and the people that actually left me on red, didn't want to do anything with me because my social media was kind of weak. And I'm always been an advocate about like how much I hate social media. So it's like, I can't blame them on that. But it's kind of bullshit that my music has to be dictated by my social media pool. Like, no, if I'm talented, that's it. I'm talented. Look at my music. It speaks for itself. I can show you how good I am. What's that got to do with my social media presence? They don't want to do the work. That's why I keep telling everybody. These A&Rs are fucking lazy scumbags because they want to find the next Justin Bieber in quote unquote and said, like, they want to find the next star for their labels and release it. If they see that they got like, oh my God, they got a good social media and they're good at music, like, fuck yeah, they'll just release it. Yeah, come over. Which is then any other email attempts that try to release or try to send them over for possible releases, they go to the spam folder. Boom. So all you have to do is just send it once, and if they don't like it, they're not gonna respond to you ever again. And you can send them another time, and that your email is gonna go straight to the spam folder. It is what it is. That's why I keep telling everybody, stop fucking sending demos to these labels. It ain't worth it. You're wasting your time. And the problem to this is that many of us like have that mentality. It's like, holy shit. No, if they don't want it, then shit, then this songs is gonna be shoved in the drawer and they're never gonna get released because you're hoping that these songs will be all put in this one basket and that they're gonna release it. No, that's a mistake that I made, and that's a mistake that many people have done. Fuck it. Don't send any of your music. If your music is actually pretty good, it's actually on there, it's at that level professional, fucking release it on your own. Best way to do it. Absolutely. But Wolfson, I definitely want to release songs and my music to this label. You must know a way to grab their attention. Now we're asking the right questions. So there are definitely ways to send your music to them. There are definitely ways. One of them actually is that if there's like I don't know, let's just use Miami for example. Miami has the Winter Music Conference and Miami Music Week and Ultra Weekend, all in the span of 2 weeks, you know? It's madness in Miami, you know? There's a lot of parties in Miami, from the labels, no less. You got the Dim Mac party, you got the Disciple takeover, you got the Monster Cat, you got the Borgore or the Bygore takeover, You got the reveal recordings, you got spinning records, house, beach house, crap, and blah blahs and hoo-has. You got a bunch of labels throwing parties. Guess what? Some of those label heads and A&Rs are gonna be in those parties. If you're around the age of 21, this is the perfect time for you guys to network. Network. Go to these shows and talk to people. Talk to the promoters. Talk to the A&Rs. Talk to the artists. But obviously, don't come in guns blazing saying like, yo, hey, my name is this. I'm a producer. I'm an artist. You know, I do this, and that. Here's my card. Here's a demo. Like, you guys should take a listen to it. It's like, whoa, don't go like that, guys. Because they see you like that and they're just gonna like toss your information away. They're not gonna remember it. And that's very intrusive. No. Be friendly about it. Talk about stuff. It's like, yo, this part is dope. Yeah. Yo, so where did you come from? It's like, oh, I'm this so-and-so's labels artist. Oh, shit. What's your name? It's like, oh, nice to meet you. And just become a nice relationship, you know? Establish that relationship, you know? Talk to them. And then they'll say, it's like, you know, like, I don't know. Eventually, it's going to come to the point naturally that the person's going to ask you, so what do you do? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm a producer, you know? I'm trying, I do this, and that. Have that fucking confidence and let them know it's like, yeah, I do this and that. And they're eventually they're gonna like, oh, sweet. Like, you got anything? Boom. Exchange information, contents, and whatnot. You got it. You got the artist, you got the A&R. Bro, like, that's it. You're set. Now, obviously, for everybody that's under 21 that can't make it to these shows or everyone else, it's like, I don't want to party, I don't want to go this shit, or blah, blah. It's like, all right. Fine, I'll show you the other way. This one way is like the perfect way to do it because you just network and talk through and you'll be fine. Get your people's numbers and faces or whatnot. And it's perfect way to when you explain to them the email. Says, hey, my name is so-so. You remember we met in you gave me your information. Here's some of my music. Let me know what you think about it. Your feedback is very appreciative. And they're going to go back and forth with you. But if that doesn't happen, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. There are other ways to do it. Other ways like what? Send your music to these artists. Send music to these artists. Doesn't have to be the artist from the label. It could be any artist. If you have their contact email address or their promo address, send it over to them. Ask them for feedback. Hey, what do you think about this? I really appreciate it whenever you get a chance. Bro, if they feel like your music is fucking dope, they're gonna email you back like, yo, this is fire. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna release this. Shit. Send me over so I can play it on my music. You send it over, they play the music, they go on one of the shows, they play your song. 9 times out of 10, the A&Rs are around. It's like, holy shit, what's that song? Who gave you that song? Oh, it's this kid or this guy that I met on the email. He sent me this song and I love that I'm playing it. Oh shit, does he have more like this? Like, yeah, he has more. You want his emails? Like, yeah. Boom. That's another way. And it does happen. Trust me, it does happen. Those are some of the few ways that you can actually get in touch. Obviously, the harder way is basically make yourself a little bit popular. In a sense, like have a huge following in your social medias and at the same time have a great music. If they see that you don't need to have thousands of followers. Like, no, you don't need to have a follow. But if they see that there's like a lot of engagement with you and your fans, there's a lot of back and forth and there's a lot of, positive things coming out of it and people learn and people demand and they ask for it. You bet your ass that some of these labels are going to come to you. It's like, hey, we noticed that you actually do this certain labels. You can send us some of your music over. We would like to listen to some, maybe possible releases, whatnot. It happens. Absolutely. That's definitely one of the ways. So yeah, guys, believe it or not, that's how scummy some of these labels are when they have these demo submissions. And you always wonder, shit, it's been a month and they haven't even released it. Yeah, it's because of that. Basically, their A&Rs are just basically lazy fucks. And they're just looking for the next big thing, But obviously, if you send them the demos and they do respond and they tell you it's not in it for you guys, don't get yourself discouraged and don't cuss them out. Just say thank you. They at least thank you for taking your time. That's it. Always end it with kindness. Kill them with kindness, But also take a consideration, like if you're going to send some of these demos, to these labels, make sure you don't sound like another artist, like another of their artists, because obviously they're not gonna release it. If you sound the same as an artist from their label, or you sound, or your music is like at best average, it's good, but it's average, it's like any of the artists can actually do this, don't bother releasing it because they're not gonna do it. No. You have to send them something that's gonna sink their teeth, like next level shit. If you release stuff like that sound like them, or even sounds very average at best, they're not gonna even look at you. It is what it is. That's another reason why. My final thoughts to this and my recommendation to what you guys should do. I already mentioned you guys ways of how to get their attention to you and how to send music to them, but not just sending it to them. Send them to their artists or other people's artists or whatever. Send it to artists. If they listen to it, they fuck with it, they're gonna play it. And the more they play it, the more they're gonna take notice of you, and the more they're gonna come to you. Best way to do it. I'm telling you guys. It's happened to me, happened to a few of my homies. It's definitely gonna happen. My recommendation is doing that. My recommendation is stop fucking sending these demos to these labels. It ain't worth it. It's a spam folder for them. Don't waste your time on it. Use that time to master your own craft. In fact, here's my recommendation. Release your music on your own. Wolfson, but releasing independently, especially when you're starting now, is not beneficial. Yes and no, but it don't matter. Because if it's good, it's good. Simple as that. And if you want these labels to pay attention to you, let's just see at least the catalog of music that you release on your own pages independently. And if they see that some artists actually post it or play it, trust me, they're gonna notice it as well. Release independently. Perfect example. Nitty Gritty, when he started up, he released on his own, independently. And his music started to blow up. All his early works was independent, self-release. Obviously, with a time and a marketing plan and everything, but nevertheless, it was independently, self-release. And that's when labels starting to look at him left and right, like, yo, send over some of your music over here, some of your music over there. And that's how he managed to get into certain labels like Never Say Die, Spinning Records, and Musical Freedom, Matt Decent. One last thing, I forgot. A perfect way to also get your music into these labels, and these labels ask you for your music. If you're really good friends with with the artist that's from their label, and if their artist actually fucks with you a lot, do a collaboration with that artist. Now, don't go to the artist and say, yo, we should collab. Like, no, it should come from them. Yo, like, I make this song. What do you think? Like, I started making it. Like, do you think it's something that you could jump on? And it's like, maybe that's a way to say it to them nicely, say if they want to collab. But most of the time, you want them to collab with you. But make sure that you send them something really good that they'll sink their teeth. And if it's that good, fuck yeah, you better believe that they're going to work on it. And once they work on it, they're going to try to release it on the label and or on their EP with the label. It's like, yo, I just made this collab with this certain person. It's dope. I want to release it on the label. The label's like, all right, let's take a listen. Holy shit. Who made this? It's like, me and the person. Can we have a contact with that person? It's like, yeah, here's it. That's another way to do it, guys. Collab. So always be open to do collaborations with people, because you never know if that certain person that you collab may actually blow up, and then all of a sudden it's releasing music on these labels. So yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap this up right now with this. I'm gonna leave it with that high note, guys. Stop sending demos to these labels. It ain't worth it. Don't waste your time on it. Just self-release it. Send the music to these artists, and it eventually is gonna come to you. It is what it is, guys. Don't waste your time on them. It ain't worth the back and forth. It ain't worth the rejection out of it, because you'll feel like a little bit a certain way. Even though rejection is good sometimes, but it's a self-learning, Everybody has to go through this process. And for you to learn from it, you might as well all right, they don't want it, fine. I'm going to release it on my own. And I'm going to show them that it is good. And if you put your heart, sweat, and blood, sweat, and tears into that song and the marketing out of it, they're going to regret it. Absolutely. They're going to be like, holy shit, we regret not releasing this song. It's doing good on its own. Imagine with us, that could be better, and we could have a percentage out of it, but they missed the boat, unfortunately. So, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you guys for coming into the show. And just remember, guys, this month of October is gonna be explosive. We're gonna have a talent buyer coming over. She's really amazing, as well as another recurring guest is gonna come back, and as well a couple of more people. And I'm trying to find other up and comers to come over to the show and spring the spotlight over them. Okay, guys. So thank you guys for listening. And remember, every week is a brand new episode with a brand new topic. So be sure to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes at the Lone Wolf Podcast for SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. And as well, the YouTube channel at lonewolfpod.com. That's Lone, WOLV pod.com, where you can check all my latest episodes. Please, guys, help me out. Let's get to 100 subscribers. Once we get that, we can have our own URL. And if we get to 100 subscribers, I promise you, I've already say like I'm gonna give you guys a one-on-one feedback session with you guys. I'm up for it, guys. So help me out, spread the word, let the whole world know where they can find me. Like, share it all around the world, and comment down below, hear your thoughts, share your experience. If you guys got a specific topic that you want me to cover, please let me know in the comments down below. And I'll promise you guys, I'll try to cover it on the next episode. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Deuces.